What does it actually mean to love yourself? You might have asked yourself, how do I love myself better? What can I do to feel more loved in myself? What can I do to receive more love or to feel more love, for my own love? Well, if that's something you've asked yourself and you want to empower yourself by loving yourself more, then this video is for you. Hey, I'm Cummins, self-empowerment mentor and founder of liberatinghearts.com. And I am here to actually promote a life living from love. That's really what my passion is. And by love me, I mean the true love, the essence that you are. And so this is a video for those of you who are already knowing that you are love at the core, that you are love as a being, the being or the consciousness that you are is expressed or felt as pure love, unconditional love, as peace and as joy. And I mean, there's other qualities, but that's the main energies. So when we want to love ourselves more, we might experience things like we feel somehow wrong or not good enough in the eyes of our partners or maybe our parents, or we might feel that we compare ourselves when we're going out to the restaurant with our boyfriend and kind of always thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not as pretty as she is, I'm not as intelligent as she is, I'm not as academic, whatever, yeah? You might compare yourself, and that's not loving yourself. Or you might put yourself down. You might think that whatever you're doing is never good enough. It doesn't work the way you're doing it. It's not efficient. And you become a perfectionist in order to counterbalance that. So all of those energies, all of those doings, they're all doings, right? They're not being in love with yourself. Because loving yourself actually is not a doing at all. Loving yourself means that you are in love, you're coming from that energy of love in your heart, you're embodying, you're connecting with that pure, infinite, unconditional love that's always present. You are feeling that, and you are feeling that for yourself, for your being, for all of you, for the way you speak, for the way your character is, your uniqueness, for the skills that you have, the talents that you have. You're basically enjoying, appreciating, and loving yourself as you are. Nothing has to be changed. Nothing has to be added or shifted or whatever. You're just beautiful, perfect as you are right now. That doesn't mean you could improve and change. Like when we are playing an instrument, we might be already really good at it, but we know, because we're at that level, we can hear, oh, I could do this even better, So that's again, it's loving yourself to express all that you can express. But the difference that most people are not realizing is what they're doing is they are trying to fix themselves. They're trying to think differently about themselves. They're trying not to do certain things. They are trying to look after themselves better. But it's all trying and doing and making something happen on the outside, basically. But the love that you are is always on the inner level. It's got nothing to do with the reality that you live in and all the material stuff. It's got nothing to do with your body or anything that you're doing in the outside world. The love that you are is pure energy. It's pure consciousness. And when you're actually stopping all that thinking about yourself, all that storytelling that you're doing inside your head about who you are, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, the roles you're playing, the jobs that you're having, all the various roles that you're playing. When you strip all of that away and you come back to kind of nothing, right? You come back to pure consciousness. There's just being, just the energy of being. And that energy of being contains the love, the pure love, the unconditional, innocent love. That's when you have arrived back home at your heart, back home at the center of your being, where there's nothing that needs to be done. So in a life situation, that might look like when you are in that state of being, you're just like at a party, say, and instead of kind of thinking all the time, oh, you know, do I look good enough? Who can I talk to? What can I say that's interesting? And you don't have any of that. And instead, you would be present. You would enjoy the people who you're with. You would listen to them. You would really appreciate the way they speak. You might tune into their energies. Where are they coming from? What are they good at? What sort of qualities do they carry? And you become really interested in them. It's all about them, you see. You're not thinking about you all the time. What will people think when I say this? And should I have not said this? And does my hair look good? And, you know, your focus is not on you at all then. And you're just in the moment, and you're observing people, you're listening, and you might enjoy the music that's going on, or the scenery. You're looking at everything from the eyes of love. You're becoming love personified. That's when you're truly in love with yourself. It actually almost isn't about you anymore, because you, when you're your true self, you know you are love. So you are love, and then you're out in the world and you're loving everything around you that's happening. And it's not about you anymore. And when it's not about you anymore, you really are in the realm of love, and you're not in the realm of me anymore, right? You're not in the personal self so much, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just trying to guide you away from the thinking, the constant thinking and the storytelling and the identifications with the emotions that might come up, or the beliefs that you're having, or the thoughts that you're having. Because you're none of that. You're not your emotions, you're not your belief, you're not your thoughts. You're not your past, you're not your future. Who you really are is here and now. Just observing, listening, experiencing, feeling, tuning in, enjoying, being present. There's nothing to be added to this, you know, no thoughts have to be added to make something better or whatever. No thoughts. There might be thoughts coming in and out of your head, but they're like clouds. You don't have to, notice them. You don't have to tune into them. It's a bit like when you're in a room and there is a television screen going on, like, at a bar, sometimes they have television screens going on, and you really don't want to listen to that. You just want to talk to your friend who you're there to eat the meal with. You can not tune in that, right? You can just really focus on what your friend is saying and be present with that. So that's a good analogy of how to deal with your thoughts that come and go all the time. There's nothing wrong with thoughts. We just mustn't attach to them in order to get hooked into that world again, into the world of thought. So the less we can get hooked on any thoughts, any stories, assumptions, or guessing, what we might be doing, taking things personally, if the less we can do that, and the more we can just be present without an agenda, the more we are in our own love, and the happier we are. It's so freeing when you stop thinking what you want or what you want another person to do. I actually have an example. Recently, I was still feeling there was a wanting in me. I wanted certain people to do something, and it was like a gripping, like a wanting, like pulling towards me thing, kind of energy. And so it wasn't a desiring from my heart. It was like, I need this, I want this, and then I would feel better, kind of thing. And that's just that wanting, that needing, that's what got me out of my realm of love. And as soon as I saw that and I released that, I just let it go, then it shifted completely. I was feeling free of that. So I didn't have that grabbing kind of energy anymore. And somehow it's probably felt by the people around. And immediately, like the next time I was in the same situation, I didn't feel any of that wanting, and the people around me responded very differently to me. So then I was back in, I was just sitting there, I was just observing and enjoying what was going on, and there was no need for anything. Nothing needed to happen. Everything was fine as it was. I was completely content in myself. And that's when you have your own love come up really strongly. It doesn't feel like a strong emotion though. It feels like a strong contentment, like being anchored in peace, really rooted in peace. And whatever happens on the outside doesn't matter. I stay rooted in my peace. And that's when you are in your own full love. That's when you're really loving yourself. So as an exercise, I would love to give you, a little sort of homework for maybe the next week to do, to really notice more, because in order to achieve this, you got to grow your awareness. So become aware of what you're thinking, what are the stories that you're telling in your head, what are the things that you want others to do, or that you want the world to change or come up with. And yeah, really become aware of where is your focus, what are you thinking about? And then also practice being just present without changing anything. Really meeting whatever is there in that moment as it is, and don't want anything to change. And no criticizing in your heads, no judging other people, no little small talk going on in your head, Just be with what is, with the people, the scenery, the situation, whatever. And if you practice that, you will shift out of the mental realm more and more and really train yourself to be in this present moment. That's just peace and love. Maybe you feel joy because you look at the beautiful greenery that's out everywhere now. You see the sun on the leaves and the beautiful colors, and to just let your heart jump, oh wow. I mean, it's happening by itself, right? It's an awe experience. You don't have to do anything for that. That's when you're in the realm of being and you're connected with your own love. Let me know how that's going. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you've got any questions. I always want to hear from you, and if you've got any issues that you want to share with me, please do. Then I can make a video about that. Give me a like, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you want to hear more about how to live your life from love. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye for now.